Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking over a match I had against Mr. Hamilcar, or aka The Daunt, as his gamer tag is. So this guy, I think this is like one of the very few, first few matches I've actually had in a 1v1 scenario against him. I basically played this match as a warm-up match for the tournament that was going on at the time, and presently speaking, as of right now, as I'm recording this, it is still going on. But yeah, so basically, I was just prepping to get ready, to get warmed up for that match, because I didn't know who I was gonna face. I didn't know, how to gauge their skill level or such. So right now, we're playing on a map called Radar Hill, a new map inside the rank map pool. Some older ones got replaced with the newer ones and some of the DLC maps. And this map could honestly be pretty brutal, really brutal, especially in the middle point. Heavily focuses on infantry gameplay. Vehicles aren't as effective here unless if they flank and do some interesting maneuvers, but because of the hill inside the middle, it's really hard for them to just kind of sit in the middle and do a lot of supporting fire. So we're doing some heavy grenade micromanagement here, trying to cause as much casualties to the enemy as possible while keeping as many troops of ours as alive. Because here's the thing, we need to make sure that the enemy doesn't push us all the way back to our side and get into our trenches, because if they do, that's going to make getting back and attacking the midpoint extremely difficult. Hell, even borderline impossible, depending on if the player is really good. And I mean, assaulting is just harder in general, as well as the fact that I don't think my assaulting skills are as good. I'm not sure, but yeah, some intense little micro fights here on the outskirts, on the very edge of the map, to control the eastern side. I didn't send anybody there on the western side to even kind of watch for enemy flanks or such like that. Just wanted to secure my home point as much as possible. Have an early warning that somebody's coming in. Got another American rifle squad. Now here's the thing with America. America is probably one of the hardest factions, in my opinion, to sort of do well in multiplayer, just because their infantry is just, their infantry squads are just so expensive, especially the beginning squads. Like, the enemy will be able to get 1 to 2 extra squads depending on the faction and what squads they bring, more than you can as America. Obviously, to make up to it, the Americans got some beastly equipment. Every single man has a semi-automatic rifle, and the grenade launchers, they come very plentiful with America, and they got a variety of ammunition for the grenades. So I'm just trying to spread out my guys the best the best of my ability. I didn't bother throwing smoke here. You usually want to throw smoke, especially when you're assaulting, but considering there's the hill in the middle, I knew that the guys from the trench wouldn't be able to shoot my guys on approach. So they'll be able to kind of get a little bit closer, and then I'll probably start throwing some grenades or some smokes to get inside the point. Right now, he's got a pretty solid foothold on his little corner of the map. And that's kind of deadly, because I need to go over the little slope of the hill and kind of a little bit of a reverse slope right there defense-wise, and he's going to pop my guys before they can really react. Anyways, I noticed in the east that he managed to kill my light infantry guarding there, just the random rifleman that I set there to kind of warn me of impending assaults on my home point, which I definitely thought he was definitely going to do, especially considering if he wasn't even going to try to fully commit to it, it's still a good thing to try to harass and put pressure onto the enemy, especially it'll definitely mess up with my defense, that's for sure. Sent a whole another squad over there to the east to try to defend my point, reinforce the flanks. And now at this current moment, I realized that I left this flank completely vulnerable, so I decided to send in 2 detachments over there to kind of help out. Sending these guys over here on the eastern side of the midpoint to try to help us out here, do some good things. He's moving into the trench system on my side, on his end, because I pushed him out, but now he's going to push back in. He did a great job taking control of that again. Fortunately, I didn't have any infantrymen in place to sort of get a good little grenade off to take kind of capitalize on the fact that he kind of grouped up a little there and the sandbags. But it's a hell of a brawl in the middle. Right now, 5 minutes in, it's a pretty even right now, pretty even. But my guys are getting absolutely destroyed by these MG34s. And I'm over here fat fingering stuff. Me and my little mistakes like that, they can cost you a lot you don't even know. I was debating here whether or not to get like a light mortar, and I decided to go with the light mortar. So I wanted to sort of try something completely different, especially on this map, considering that vehicles aren't as effective as they can be in different maps. The terrain, especially in the midpoint, is not that favorable. The terrain on, the flanks are more favorable, but I was just so tunnel vision in the middle that I didn't really consider that. So basically, here's what I do. He says some defenses on his home point to secure it, make it harder for just infantry to just kind of run in there, do some damage. My guys are running out of ammo, and honestly, they're kind of out. They're getting out matched by these German soldiers. The MG34s, no, not 34s, but the MG42s are just really outgunning my men, and I can't get weight of fire to really help me out here. And this was scary. A Flame Panzer III. This was actually really scary because this had the capability of completely dismantling and destroying everything that I had built, as well as destroying the mortar that I brought up. But I was kind of hoping that he would overextend and I could sort of punish him for it. There he is, shooting in. I was shooting. I did not equip the right weapon and I shot the wrong weapon. I missed. Should have waited a little bit to shoot, but I was afraid he was going to hit me with the flamethrower. Direct controlling with the infantry. Got mortared, unfortunately. He bought his own mortar, which is the kind of the regular default mortar. I think it's a decent choice, but honestly, I feel like the smaller mortars are a little superior only for one reason. They are a little more accurate. I see. They tend to be more accurate than the regular mortars you get sort of for MP. That's the cool thing about the Americans, and I think also the Finnish. They can get those smaller mortars with like increased accuracy, and they just constantly fire and shoot. And it's not that really expensive to maintain their ammunition too. An ammo box can keep a little mortar like that just constantly going for a decent while. Honestly, the ammunition cost for the small mortar shells are not that much. So I'm deciding to move in my mortar a little bit closer for increased accuracy and kind of positioning him into a nice position here. So against the wall, so the wall covers him from any flanking shots to the east, and then I could build a sandbag in front of him to make him even harder to hit. In retrospect, what I could have also done was buy some engineers to make some defenses for the mortar to make it really hard to kill, or just kind of bum rush and run it over with like a random vehicle or so. Obviously, like hindsight 2020. That's something I could have also done, but I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be worth the investment because it's 100 manpower or so to get an engineer attachment. And obviously, as you can see right now, I'm not really rolling in the dough. I'm really not. I'm barely gonna get to 200 in a little bit. I've been suffering really bad in terms of losses here. I just got a few soldiers here and there, kind of scattered throughout. Now here comes the mortar barrage. I also got this AT squad that came with another mortar, so I thought that was cheap, convenient, and nice. Oh shoot! Oh, my apologies. But yeah, no. So I'm spreading out the mortars so they don't get easily picked off by the enemy mortar. Throwing some smoke to cover my guys into kind of get into cover so they can hopefully sneak attack enemy vehicles that try to bomb rush my mortars to try to take advantage and kill them. Decided to move my mortar on the other side as well, just because I'm pretty sure his mortar was in range and I don't want to lose him. And now here comes the epic, I guess, results of my mortar's labor, as they're now barraging the midpoint, which honestly, like I said, or I think I was going to say, is that I think these smaller mortars are better because they increase accuracy, and it's kind of like a small grenade, just kind of constantly exploding all around. But kind of right now, I'm 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 not panicking, just kind of relaxed, trying to think about what can I do to sort of get in the point, do some good stuff here. He has brought his flank tank to try to kill all my infantry moving up, as well as my mortars. This could have been devastating, but luckily I had these AT troopers from the squad that I had bought, and from like a detachment or two that I also got, to kind of scare off the plain panzer. Luckily, he was an elite soldier, so he had like 300 health or so. He managed to escape that. Slowly just trying to get different segments of my American soldiers inside to contest the point, because he's about to win. I think it takes a couple more minutes and he'll take the victory here. And as of right now, my mortars haven't really proven or shown that it's gonna be like doing the greatest thing in the world, you know? Like, they haven't, like, oh my god, done crazy results, but they're slowly whittling away at the enemy and allowing us to sort of move in and get into cover, as well as once they run out of ammo, they actually just started shooting some random smoke rounds as well, to kind of help us out here. Shooting here with another bazooka. Decided to take advantage of the fact that there was so much smoke there that I could just get in with my soldiers. Unfortunately, I get unlucky. His vehicle is still alive, and my man dies. We still have a couple of AT troops, just in case if he tries to bum rush us. And then this is the first time I kind of look at my DP units. I'm like, I should probably use something. And this is gonna be the first time ever I freaking, how do you say, that I use the mortar half track that the Americans get, and I'm pretty sure this is the all-around doctrine. Yeah, I decided, might as well. I'm kind of going full like mortar mode. Jeez, apologies for the stuttering here. It's a little embarrassing, but anyways. So I decided, let's get the half track with all these mortars here. Just kind of help us out as well. Luckily, the improved M9 bazooka was able to turret the flaming Panzer III, so we managed to delay him even longer. Decided to take the risk and try to full kill him while there was an SMG soldier kind of shooting me. My men are still up, my men are still alive. We managed to kind of break the point, actually, so now we're slowly getting points, but he's gotten a whole new squad up, rushing in, trying to keep the cap weight, keep the points going in his favor so he can win this match. Try to recollect my AT, but did not go too well. I got 2 ammo crates. I think I had spawned one a lot like earlier in the match. I guess I didn't notice, and I just didn't tell him to do his thing. Oh yeah, I see all of his freaking troops just kind of grouped there in the middle, and I just tell every single mortar to shoot there immediately to take advantage. And just look at that. Oh, look at the gloriousness of that mortar barrage. His infantry are running like headless chickens, scared, getting into cover, taking some nice decent chip damage, and getting picked off by my random soldiers here and there in the trenches. But as you kind of see right now currently on the mini-map, I don't really have that much infantry presence inside the midpoint. Like, really. Decides to bring in a little plane to try to destroy my mortar positions. Luckily, I tell them all to move. I didn't think he was going to shoot the half track. There we go. So, managed to dodge the spooky the spooky bomb from the light plane. I noticed that my ammunition crate got destroyed, I think by his mortar, so I decided to, again, move my mortars so his mortar couldn't hurt me or really destroy my mortars. Decided to take a few of these riflemen that I sent here so long ago to kind of defend the flank, kind of help us out over here. Right now, it is just a bloodbath in the middle. There is literally just explosions everywhere, constant mortar barrages. It's insane. I noticed he's got a couple of dudes inside the bunker. Decided to get inside their direct control and get in there. Luckily, he crawled out. If he didn't, it would have been a lot harder to kind of get in that bunker and kill the man in there. Mortar's going strong, providing a lot of support, and my artillery singer finally arrived to the front. He's also going to play a pivotal role in this map and fighting in the midpoint to provide indirect fire with that artillery gun he has, or well, flare gun to signal the artillery. I got a whole new squad in here, smoking it out, trying to give my men as much longevity as I can, as well as providing cover for my artillery signaler to kind of move in and shoot a flare gun round in the trenches over there on his side to kind of flush him out, buy me more time, just be a big nuisance. And now that I have flushed him out there, I decided to obviously take it to my advantage and start moving men inside that trench to make it harder for him to take full advantage of it. Although, you know, it's a little bit risky because, you know, friendly fire. But I think obviously adding that extra pressure and taking away that cover and that map control was pretty important. So I decided it was worth the risk of a couple of friendly casualties. Anyways, just getting more men inside the point to get the cap weight. Then I decided that I need an officer in there. I need an officer in the bunker. What I'm trying to do is get an officer inside that bunker, so I can maintain a good control on the point and then block the doorway with a car. Unfortunately, I was too busy trying to get rid of this Panzer III over here, and all of my AT gunners are shooting at it, crippling it, but it's not really doing the greatest. Just kind of chipping away at him. Even that side shot didn't really do much, surprisingly. So I decided just to get stupidly close so I could just get the most penetration value. That's how close I am. But I don't think it matters because it was a heat round. Anyways, notice that the officer is there. I'm pretty sure they dies. I think he dies right now. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Look at that. Yeah, I'm totally just freaking ignoring the freaking truck there in the middle. Yeah, no, that was a big blunder on my part. The officer would have helped me keep control of the midpoint right here. As well as I noticed that my artillery signal had died. So luckily, I saw that. And I'm going to pick back his equipment up. Make sure that I still get the usefulness of my BP, as well as the fact that I see that obviously my officer is dead, or the captain for the Americans. Now he has a SIG up, which is actually really scary, because that thing is super accurate, and that will have no problem dismantling my entire mortar operation here. It was integral that I kept this alive for as long as possible, because if I did not, well, I mean, it was basically over. Yep, just moving my mortars as much as I can, keeping them moving so the SIG has a harder time killing them. And I decided to get in the quad mounted 50 cal to just bum rush the SIG as it's reloading, because I need to kill that thing immediately to the best of my ability. I'm just kind of shooting randomly in this fog of war, but luckily I kind of memorized where it was, and I completely threw it. I'm trying to run it over, but yeah, apparently you can't run it over with the SIG. You can't run the SIG over. I didn't know that. And now I got an epic flanking shot on all that infantry here with the quad. I did a lot of damage with it, and that was worth the DP. Got the M20 to kind of rush the SIG again, trying to take it out. If I manage to take out the SIG, I think I'll be in a great spot here. The Panzer III has been kind of... It theoretically should be really useful on this map. It's just that because I just had so much AT guys, I just kept, you know, dismantling it, making it crippled, and just kind of making sure that it's remained useless for a good majority of the match. Alright, as we can see here, got my artillery signaler back up. He's shooting rounds. Saw that my N20 is back up. Saw that he recruited the SIG. I have to gun him down again with the 50 cal. My only hope. Luckily, there's only one guy there, so the SIG can't move. I gracefully just kind of move closer, and I self-destruct the M20 so I could ensure the kill on the SIG. Kind of scuff. Kind of a scuff way to kill the SIG, but hey, it worked. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, man. And I'm barely managing to kind of hold the line here, man. I'm barely managing to just kind of keep things afloat here. Looking at my DP units again, trying to decide what to give. Didn't decide on anything. A little indecisive at the moment. I was just trying to keep up the momentum. Keep moving my men up into better positions, into his cover to make it harder for him. Capture the midpoint. Try to get some cap weight. Stop the point counter from his side. Now, another whole squad comes in, trying to help me out here. He's infiltrating some individual, he's microing some individual soldiers, causing some damage. Some nice frag plays. Direct control. We're direct controlling like crazy here to just kind of gain the advantage over the other. Managed to kill the MG. No, wait, I didn't. I think I kill him right here. Nope. That's gonna be pretty bad on my part, considering the fact that he's just probably gonna do some gnarly damage here. Moving up, my rifleman inside the trenches, getting them down and prone, making them harder to hit. We have a little light scout car coming in, but luckily we had these two AT soldiers kind of sitting here lying in wait, ready to stop him from running over our stuff and killing it. Telling him to repair the lower half rack to get that mortar up and running again. But it looks like it was already repaired, so I jumped back in it to try to keep the weight of fire on my side here with the 3 mortars. Decided to kind of do what he was doing because I saw that he had a bunch of sandbags on his side. And honestly, I thought it was actually kind of useful and pretty cool, considering the fact that obviously, you know, he wasn't running through no man's land and, you know, just an open field. Brings in another full squad with insane grenade spam coming in, F1 spam. Manages to clear a lot of my infantry, and he fully took back control of the point. Decided to get my officer out of there because well, he fully took control of it. But luckily, the guy in the bunker is still alive, and because he's still alive, he's gonna provide us some a great little opportunity in the future with the officer there. As you can clearly see, I'm trying to get him in the middle again. My second officer. Better not mess this up, because if I can get the officer in there, I'll have a nice sort of little strong point inside the middle. I just gotta make sure I play this correctly and he doesn't kill it. I'm looking at myself here and I'm realizing, man, the money flow is slowing down and this is not good. I fat finger again and now I'm messing with all these other sub menus. Got the objective just kind of popping up again. I'm trying to listen to see if he bought something big, a big tank, to see if I could get, or if I should get the M26 Persian. But I didn't really hear anything, so I decided not to. But I was gonna hold and wait. So this is kind of a unfortunate position here because I don't see his men, and my mortars aren't really firing upon in the middle to really help me out here. Not good, but I get another assault squad to assault the point. Hopefully, we'll be able to take it back. I'm just kind of biding my time here, but honestly, there's not too much time I could really afford, considering the fact that it's just, you know, he's about to win, and he comes out with the rocket artillery and bombards my mortar position. This was absolutely devastating, but luckily the half-track mortar survived. But man, it really did hurt seeing all those mortars die. He completely runs off after he sees the artillery signaler, as well as I see a whole new infantry push coming in my far flank here, trying to pull them off for as long as I can, trying to stop this point or this push here. Flanking infantry like crazy here. Shooting the wall, or at least an invisible part of the wall, like an extension. He brings up a freaking SMG guy. I'm trying to get it with my semi-automatic rifle, but I didn't get it in time. Paying attention back into the middle so I can get some of these guys inside the point. So I decided to start throwing some frags, throwing some smokes to give me enough room and space and smoke cover to enact my plan that's going to help me here and save the day, which is getting the officer inside bunker. He's finally taken out my defenses on the east, but luckily I'll get a squad over there to kind of intercept him, slow him down a bit, try to defend my home point as much as possible. He's coming in, throwing frags like crazy. This is a really intense battle in the middle. Oh my god, look at that F1 spam. I get another artillery signaler in there. I gotta keep stopping him. I gotta keep giving me time. All of my Americans here on the stone wall are gonna completely slow down and shut down any push, because there's pretty much no cover between that little kind of those two like gaps between the hedgerows. The giant artillery is raining down hell on Hamilcar, and it's providing me with enough time to get the officer in there. I decided to say F it. I need to get in there while most of his infantry ran away. I got the officer in there. I had the freaking car already coming in. Bro, the efficiency is crazy. Oh my god, I'm trying to block the door as much as I can. Self-destruct the car so he doesn't move it. And we did it, boys. We're in the clear. This officer is going to basically make sure that it's going to be a hell of a lot harder for him to take this point, because now I got a huge cap weight on the point. Running over inside his trench to take control of it, make it harder for his troops to push in. But he does have all that cover in those sandbags, so it's going to be easier for his troops to kind of use sheer weight of numbers and overpower me with suppressive fire. I'm really deciding and thinking about what I should get. I was thinking about the 105, but then I remembered that vehicles aren't too effective on this map, especially if they can't shoot over the hill. So I just decided to go with another squad for now, save up my DB just in case. I also completely slowed down the push from the east, which is good. Good on me. Hamilcar's moving in with a bunch of smoke covering his assault. Very nice play. This is going to be probably another devastating little push by him. Getting the artillery signaler to move in. Oh, this is so risky because of the freaking rocket artillery. I lost the artillery signaler, but he got his shot off at the very least. And another rocket lands on his dead body, completely disintegrating it, as you saw there when I checked. And now a huge human wave from the other side is coming. I'm looking for the freaking artillery signaler's equipment, but then I had realized that the body's completely disintegrated from that 300mm rocket. My men get absolutely destroyed by the Germans. I decided to get the half track 50 cals working. Also, the squad MG there too is helping me out as well. Because, I mean, honestly, it's a nifty little thing. I kind of like that about it's a cool little aspect of the American squads getting placements. But he manages to decrew it a little bit from the grenade launchers. The German grenade launchers are actually really good. The grenade launchers in general are actually really good. The utility is pretty nice, honestly. Just trying to use sheer weight of numbers to just kill those guys threatening my MG. Moving in my soldiers, try to get inside the point again. Or to get closer to the trenches to frag it out. Miraculously, he doesn't die. I'm surprised he doesn't. DI throwing frags as well. Heroically sacrificing themselves to get some grenade kills. Now the 50 cal is doing some great supporting fire, some great work here. Man, just look at all that smoke. Absolutely insane. Just healing my guys, trying to keep them alive as long as possible. Honestly, the engineers could have been a little more useful. I could have used them in more useful ways, but I was just so focused on just trying not to lose the point and losing mass amount of infantry really fast. But yeah, this is what I mean. It was a pretty cool idea from Hamilcar to just start building sandbags because it allowed him to get cover to actually shoot into the point. Kind of clear out a couple of dudes and push in. It's not like, a complete open field. So here we go again. Moving guys in. I decided to move a AT soldier just kind of where the mortar was to see if I could take care of it and silence it. Half track appears. Using the bazooka over here. Charge in the mortar. Kill the ammo for the mortar. And then I find the mortar right there. Unguarded, undefended. And I kill it right there. I fully blow it up. Now his whole infantry squad sees me, and now they want my blood. So I decided, if you're gonna die, you might as well die fighting. So I'm direct controlling him, just telling him to freaking shoot his freaking last few shots at the infantry. Managed to get out of there. He misses the freaking white phosphorus. That would have been really nice to get that cluster of infantry there. Would have burnt them. Little half track over here. Kind of hiding because of the AA truck. I didn't know if I was in range because I didn't want to far shoot, because far shoot is not allowed in ranked. It's part of the rules. So I didn't know if I was going to range, and I didn't want to risk just losing the quad mount 50 cal like that. So I just kind of had it in the back for later use. And another rocket barrage coming in, completely wiping out basically all of my infantry presence. Luckily, I had enough money to get a chaffee in here. For some reason, he was loading white phosphorus, but I decided, F it. I mean, if I hit him, he dies. With the white phosphorus, he'll burn. And I'll tell the chaffee just to shoot at his little truck with the AA gun on it. Luckily, I have the heavy artillery signaler still alive. He's shooting into the smoke, making it just really hard for Hamilcar to kind of push in here. This match has been going on for a hot minute, 35 minutes. That's absolutely insane. It's been a hell of a match. All right, let's see here. What do we got here? What do I do next? Looks like I'm deciding to take advantage, kind of move my half track kind of in, get some flank shots at infantry, and as well as try to outgun the little AA truck. I think that's what I was trying to do, but it's telling him to go on the other side to kind of catch all this infantry off guard. Luckily, his truck is scared of my chaffee, so moving the chaffee with the half track just in case if he moves the truck to deal with the half track. But yeah, the MGs on these half tracks are gonna do wonderful work on shredding these infantry, making it really hard for him to move, constricting him right here, constricting his movements, flanking him in the trenches. Just kind of shooting randomly inside the trench, trying to get shots off, trying to see if I get hit markers. I see I think it's an AT trooper there. Scared him off. Don't want to overextend with my armor and get it killed. I see that the truck finally reveals himself. He's still hiding back there, and he manages to catch my half track off guard. I didn't see him there. I was trying to get the flanking shots, getting the chaffee to kind of move in and kill my quad mounted 50 cals, because if I let him repair it, that's just another thing he could have used to kill my infantry that I have so little of. Right now we're kind of getting too close to the point of the game where manpower is really hard to come by. Anyways, moving in with my infantry, moving in closer. He comes in with a Panzer III to deal with my chaffee and with the quad mounted 50 cals that I have here. Now, I know, so this was in a prior match I had, that the chaffee can actually penetrate the Panzer III. I just have to be careful with it, and it depends on where I shoot it, if I can remember. It's been a long time since that match, so I don't remember where I shoot it to sort of get the pen on it. But luckily, he decides with a risky play and tries to charge the chaffee and to kill it. And he does manage to kill the chaffee, or hit it once, but it's still crude. Oh wait, never mind. He hit it. He hit the chaffee once. He hit the gun, trying to move the chaffee behind the bunker, so it's harder to shoot. Unfortunately, none of my men could get the AT to stop the Panzer III. And here he goes. Just the moment of truth. Can I get the shot off? No, I cannot. I was shot dead. But luckily, I still have this engineer here, kind of just doing some stuff. Try to see if I could get the satchel charge off, but I couldn't. Managed to get a guy inside. Turned the tank around. Tried to shoot him, but he shoots me before. This is where I was kind of panicking here, because I'm like, oh shit, man. Pardon the language, by the way, but I have to say it. It's true. I was like, oh shiz, man. This is not good. Oh shit, I've done so hard to freaking get to this part of the match. And I'm falling apart here. I'm legit falling apart. thinking, what can I do to stop this Panzer III? My only hope was getting some flanking shots with this AT soldier. I also decided, F it, I'm just gonna shoot an artillery signaler shot just right on top of the Panzer III. Hopefully the big shells from the artillery just kind of kills it. He's moving in to try to dodge the artillery strike. I managed to thank the Lord. Freaking hit him with the AT shot and just tell my entire squad to just focus fire on the Panzer III because it's the biggest threat here. They're throwing all their AT capability at him, and it's just doing nothing. He's just eating it for breakfast, but I managed to finally do some damage and break the hole. Big truck. I see that the MG is still up, and I decided to get my infantrymen and the tank crewmen inside the MG to shoot him. Flanking his infantry right here, completely shredding his men right here. Luckily the AI was smart and actually just shot at his truck, which he managed to destroy it. I took a lot of his infantry out right there with that with those two plays right here. I was able to kind of get stuff kind of back into my favor. Just getting as much infantry as I can inside the midpoint to just kind of keep the cap weight. Throwing frags, trying to clear it out from enemy crewmen. Have all my men just kind of sit. I got another quad mounted 50 cal. Luckily I still had the DP to buy some. Using it to scare off his infantry, shred him to bits. He's retreating. Now he's told them to fully crouch down. I'm using the quad mounted 50 cal to cover this entire squad of cheap military police. As I told them to just grenade spam the enemy. I'm shooting the half track. See who wins. Oh my god. An intense duel. But I managed to destroy the half track fully. Telling these freaking military police to get inside the half track because they're probably more useful there than just kind of out and about because they're just so weak and inaccurate. I think I managed to fully clear them out. Luckily I still had some tank crewmen, so I decided to tell them to repair the Panzer III, considering it is so conveniently just close to my side on the midpoint. Unfortunately, the AT guy that was hiding there for so long manages to catch my quad mounted 50 cal off guard. Officer and his little personal guard there are safe and sound, telling some of the infantrymen to take control of his trenches to make it hard for him to push up. Move the MG on the other side of the hill to help us out, covering fire. We got a good hold in the middle here. Now the question is, can I keep this up? And can we make this comeback, man? Can we make it? Direct controlling to get rid of this pesky AT trooper. We don't want him here. But he could always just, pick the AT gun up. The Panzer Shrek and its ammunition. But I thought it should be fine, as you can see he's doing it right now. But I'm trying to stop him. He's looking for a different angle to attack me, but luckily the MG is stopping him there. We get stuck into an intense battle of micromanagement here.
I need a medic right now.
I managed to kind of duck and move and swiggity swooting my way into a little grenade launcher shop, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. Now I'm just kind of focusing on getting my infantry in advantageous positions to just make it really hard for the midpoint to get pushed. I still have the ace up my sleeve, which is the artillery signaler. So if he does manage to kick me out at any point on the midpoint, I should be able to flush him out with the artillery. But yeah, and the match is kind of slowing down now as our manpower crawls to a halt. He buys in another half track. Luckily, I had an AT rifleman just kind of right there sitting, lying in wait. I'm trying to kill the gunner on top of the MG. Yeah, look at that. The AT grenade rifleman just did amazing work on stopping the half track. Unfortunately, he did die. He didn't fully kill it, but he managed to stop the half track from moving. So that's something, right? Another devastating, well, kind of devastating artillery strike from the artillery signal, not the artillery signal, but from the rocket arty. Man, that middle point has just been glassed, dude, in more ways than one. Look at all the little holes from the mortar strikes. Absolutely insane. And now, after so long, I just noticed upon rewatching this, I've been taking him over in points, but I finally took him over in points. Man, what an absolute hell of a match. But this is where basically this was the end of the match here. As soon as I got inside the Panzer III and took control of it, this is where the match went completely into my favor as I got rid of that pesky half track. And as Hamilcar himself declares that the match is basically over, he's got nothing to defeat my stuff there. And that is a GG's, guys. Honestly, a hell of a match, a well-fought game, a very fun game. And I'm surprised I was able to get that comeback, honestly. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Sorry for the little bit slow uploads as of recently. Again, just been a little busy at work, getting a little burnt out at work. Honestly, it's been a hassle, especially in the summertime, working outside in the heat, working on ACs and stuff. Yeah, man, it's something. But not to be a Debbie Downer, but yeah, no, guys, comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought of the post commentary. If my skills are getting a little bit better or not. Yeah, I think I'm getting better at it. Although you could probably tell I haven't done it in a while, considering the stuttering and such. But yeah, that was a fun match. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.